Hey everyone, and welcome back to BMX News, a weekly BMX news show where I talk about everything that happened in the previous week within the world of BMX that I think you guys might care about. That being said, today we're doing it live as we have for the past few weeks, and I think that this is a fun way to do it because we can interact with you guys while I'm doing this, as well as it saves me from having to edit later and then put it up. So, doing them live, moving forward. That means that there's a chat going on, and if there's something that I miss and you're in the chat, let me know if you have any questions about BMX news or anything like that, and we'll get to those at the end. We got a couple people in the chat here. OFG, Stony, Old Fat Guy BMX, and Noah McBride, which there is a video that I actually should have in here that I didn't think of that Noah actually made. So, moving on from the intro. First thing we're going to talk about this week, of course, is Scotty Cranmer's whirlwind video from Vans. Dan Foley and Vans came together to put together this kind of documentary on Scotty's pretty much entire life in BMX, rather, from the time he was a kid all the way up through winning Roots Jam and all of the crazy stuff that he had going on with X Games and Do Tour and just up until the point where they were at when filming that with his YouTube channel and everything there. And it was a really, really awesome video. I guess that most of you have already seen it, but if you haven't, for some reason, you've definitely got to check this one out. What's up, Travis and Kevlar in the chat? This is just a really, really well done video. Dan Foley did a fantastic job. It has his dad, or Scotty's dad, his mom, as well as his brother and a bunch of the Vans team in here as well. And it's just very, very well done. Whirlwind was beautiful, as Stony from Old Fat Guy BMX says, and that is the absolute truth. It was awesome. Also, I hear that if you push the like button in the stream, more people come in, which is pretty sick. So, moving on from there, the next thing that we have to talk about this week is the history of Nora Cup, or rather the hosts, the winners, everything like that, all in one place. There's also 20 years of Nora Cup, a video recap. This was uploaded to the Ride BMX YouTube channel before they ended Ride BMX, but there's a whole history here, all the way from 1998 through the present, with the winners, the hosts. It looks like the event date is there as well, the venue, sponsors, presenters, video premiere going on. So who won in 2000? Number one rider, Neil Wood. Number one team, GT. Number one bike, GT. That's interesting. So I guess I picked the wrong year. 2001, fourth annual is when they had the riders actually in here. So where did the 2001 Nora Cup take place? Well, it was September 26, 2000, the beach in Las Vegas, Nevada, hosted by Keith Mulligan and Mark Losey, presented by Keith Mulligan, Mark Losey, Jared Sooney, Gary Ellis, Mike Redman, Robbie Morales, Ron Wilkerson, Vic Murphy. There was entertainment there, a karaoke singer named Mitch, DJ Scott McElwany, and the number one racer of 2001 was Matt Polkamp. Number one dirt jumper, Ryan Nyquist. How sick is it that he's still killing it? Number one team, Schwinn. Number one bike, Schwinn. Number one flatland, Dave Smith. Number one ramp, Matt Hoffman. Number one street, Van Homan. I just thought that was pretty sweet, and there's a whole history there. So if you're curious of anything, that is where you'd want to go and check it out. There's also the Reader's Choice Rider of the Year 2021 Nora Cup voting going on right now. I figured, why not vote for this live? So on this list already is a whole bunch of riders. You can also fill in your own rider on here. I already thought that Charlotte Worthington was the Reader's Choice Rider of the Year, purely for the fact that she was the first winner at the women's class in the Olympics for freestyle BMX. Pretty sweet. So I'll type in, well, let me scroll up here. Oops, I typed that wrong. I'm just going to type my email in here real quick. Hope that's right. Submit. And we voted. So moving on from there, we've got another Vans video. This is welcoming Courage Adams to the Vans Global team. It's just one clip in here. It's 30 seconds long. It's him doing a truck driver over a big rail hop, which was sweet, gnarly. You don't see that very often. Apparently he's got an edit coming in October as well that I heard about. October like 12th or something like that. Bunch of people in the chat. Love Machine BMX 54. Noah McBride, once again, where's Ruben? Propaganda X. Trevor is definitely a good Reader's Choice Rider of the Year for Nora Cup. So moving on from here, we can go into some videos from this week after this welcoming Courage Adams video. We've got Felix Prankenberg from Eclat. It's a video called World of Uncertainty, and this video has so many crazy combos in there. It's Felix Prankenberg. You know what to expect from him. You know what you're getting into here. So much technical, crazy peg work as well as balancing work. The one that stood out in my mind that comes to mind right now is he did a fakie up a bank to fakie wall ride on a straight up and down wall to nose manual or manual out. It was just crazy because fakie to wall ride in itself is nuts. Then to do a manualing balance trick out of it was just wild. So that's one's like 4 minutes, some seconds long. You can check that one out if you want to. Also forgot to mention, after this stream goes live, the video links and everything that I talk about today will be in the description down below in the order that they're talked about. So moving on from there, we've got one, the Our House Summer Trip 2021. This one also has Felix Prankenberg in it, but it also has Bruno Hoffman, Killian Roth, and Moritz Nussbaumer. They went to Croatia, made a couple minute long video, so you can check that one out if you want to. And we've got Moto Bunka Daisuke Shiraishi crossover section. This one, if you like spot usage and the way that people approach a setup in a unique and creative way, this is the video to watch. Look at the thumbnail. Everything about this, oops, I left this on from last night. Everything about it is just spot usage, setup usage, and it is awesome. Literally, the dude grinded up this on his pedal, rotated, and is grinding down it on his pedal out of it. This is definitely a good one to watch. It's like 4 minutes, some seconds long as well. Here's another one with some technical street riding in it. Dylan Ashlock, Face It. This one's like 4 minutes long too. Technical riding, some burly stuff in here. Definitely one for all you street cats out there disconnecting and reconnecting. So moving on from the Dylan Ashlock Face It video, we've got a trails video for anyone who wants some trails. PA Woods 2021-ish from Caddy and Posh Woods. This one's got dudes shredding, ladies shredding, all kinds of good stuff in here if you want some trails riding from some of the best trails in the whole world. Then the best filmed and edited video of this week. This video is honestly, in a word, it's beautiful. Terry Adams, Elements, Earth. This is a 4-part series with the elements, so I'm assuming he's going to be riding flatland on water at some point too. But he's in the middle of like the desert on a platform riding flatland, and some of the shots with the mountains in the background and just the landscape, it's just beautiful film work. And Terry Adams is Terry Adams on a BMX bike, so you know that the flatland and the riding is on point there. So there's a flatland video, street videos, trails videos for you guys. Now we got a jam video from the Stansted Jam 2021. This went on in the UK, and it seems like every single week, just like it says in this description, it seems like every week there's a big jam going on over in the UK these days. Definitely seems like it. So this is the 7th annual Stansted Jam. Pretty sweet. Moving on from there, we've got another 9 Acres video with the Halahans. This time they're having sessions with Crandall. There's a lot in here. This apparently is a bonus video, but they're down in Virginia where rideshare is at, riding trails with Crandall. Larry Edgar showed up in there as well. I'm assuming this went down around when the Rumble in Richmond went down, which, speaking of, is actually our next video. So the rideshare Rumble in Richmond video, this one was put together by Stu Johnson. This is a little bit longer video, just like the last one was like 13 minutes. So if you want longer videos, these are the ones to check out. This one details everything that went down at this event, and this event looked like a really awesome one. It was a gigantic double. I mean, look, you can't even see the lip in this thumbnail. That's how huge this thing was. So moving on from there, we can go into some product-related news this week. First up, we've got a 30 Years of Hoffman Bikes zine. This one was put together by Brian Tunney. It's a 28-page zine that you can pick up for $5 at this link right here. So you hit the link in the description, it brings you here, then you click on the right here button and get it. It also says here, for anybody who's international watching this, international inquiries, all 2 of you, which will probably come from this video, please be patient and I will update ordering info as soon as possible. Right now, going to the post office, doing customs declarations, and being around a lot of people is not something I should be doing. So there's that. But it says 30 Years of Hoffman Bikes is a 28-page look into the history of Hoffman Bikes, the team riders, the marketing, and the technology that helped evolve BMX riding from 1991 to the present. This is pretty sweet. Moving on from here, we've got a promo for the BSD Sureshot frame. This is the specs on here. It's got a lot of different top tube lengths. It's got a mellow head tube angle as well as a low bottom bracket height and a long rear end with a high standover. That means this frame is made for going fast. Sureshot is definitely a good name for a frame that's meant to go fast. This would be great in the trails. And this video is with Hector Spencer Wood, putting the frame to good use on some transitions. So it's good for going fast, riding transitions, riding trails. You can ride it anywhere, but that is the ideal place to ride something like this. Moving on from there, we got a promo video for Charlie Crumlish's signature grips from Merit. The video is called Abra, and it's filmed almost exclusively on the 360 camera that he uses. So there's some cool and unique angles in here and camera movements because of that. And it's Charlie Crumlish, so you know you got the technical riding in here with the brake riding mixed into it. And if you're into that kind of thing, which I feel like a lot of people are, definitely check that one out. Moving on from there, on Vital BMX, we've got a Dan Foley bike check. So if you want to know what Dan Foley's riding, his whole bike is listed here, as well as a couple questions like sponsors, how long he's been riding this bike. It's pretty different, or asking if it's different from his last bike or identical. Lots of other things, asking the oldest parts, and as well as his agenda for the rest of the year. Moving on from there, we've got another Unclicked podcast, this time with Ratty Matty. You guys might remember his video, No Bad Thoughts, that came out recently, which was like an incredible video. The dude goes huge. He almost takes his entire arm off on a post. And the dude seems like a solid guy. I only got like 50 minutes into this one so far, but there's a lot of very interesting stories in here. And he's got some interesting perspectives in life and just in general. So check that one out if you guys need a podcast to listen to. I think it's like 2 hours, or no, it's over 3 hours long. That's a long one, so check it out if you want to. Moving on from there, we've got Alex Donaghy's Wheels of Glasgow video. This is in the interview section because it's like a documentary. It's got some insight stuff in here with some lifestyle stuff in here, and he's talking about things, and there's riding as well, and it's only 3 minutes 5 seconds long. So if you want to learn some more about Alex Donaghy in this video from Feast, definitely check this one out. So now that there's all of that gone through, there's one video that I forgot to mention and one thing that we've got to pull up here from my notes. I meant to talk about this in the jam section, or the by the jams. Capital Crew, or Capital BMX brand, is doing their damn jam in a bunch of different places, and I just wanted to show you guys the flyers for these, so in case you're in the area, you'll be able to check them out if you want to. So the Denver, Colorado Street Jam is going down October 2nd. The Colorado Springs Jam is going down October 9th. The Albuquerque, New Mexico Jam is going down October 16th. And there's the flyer for the whole Do the Damn tour. Then there's one that I totally forgot to mention in here, and that is from someone in the chat. It is Noah McBride's The Scene is Not Dead. Video Magazine, August issue. Here's Noah. He's at the Pointer Bros jam that went down in Indiana, but this is covering August and all of the different places he and his friends went and the jams that went down in the area, and it is a fantastic watch. If you like props, this is for you because it's basically molded after props with Noah, and it was really good. I definitely think that you guys should check this one out because there's a lot of people in here you may have never heard of before. There's the Trails here in Ohio in here as well. I'm in here. John from the Trails is in here. It's a really, really good video. So definitely make sure that you check it out and hit that thumbs up button. See that I did that? Boom. You should too. So that being said, Noah still needs to change his name on YouTube to The Scene Is Not Dead so people know how to find him and not the other Noah McBride that pops up here. Football Noah McBride. Come on. The Scene Is Not Dead. So, that being said, guys, that is all I got for this week's BMX news video. Nobody else brought anything else up that I forgot or asked any questions. So, for the future, if you tune into these, ask some questions in the chat, bring up some other stuff that went down, and I will talk about it at the end of the video. So, for now, that's all we've got. I hope you enjoyed this news video. If you're new here or you haven't yet, I hope you enjoyed it enough or got some insight enough to hit the subscribe button down below or leaving a comment about your favorite thing from the news this week. Thank you all for tuning in right now. Everyone in the chat, thank you for watching if you're watching this in the future. And we'll see you tomorrow for the Corn Hucket 2021 highlights video, which is coming out tomorrow morning, potentially at 10 a.m. Maybe a little later if I don't finish it in time. But it's coming out tomorrow. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys